हेलो स्टूडेंट, आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट फेस मैचिंग। अभी तक हमने देखा कि जो सेकेंड हार्मोनिक जनरेशन है वो सभी क्रिस्टल में जनरेट नहीं होता। कि कैसी क्रिस्टल में जनरेट होता है? जो कि डबल रिफ्लेक्टिक होते, मींस एनिस्ट्रोपिक क्रिस्टल जिसमें कि इन्वर्शन सिमेट्री की कमी होती है। ऐसे क्रिस्टल में सेकेंड हार्मोनिक जनरेशन हम प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं। तो ऐसे क्रिस्टल को यदि हम इस प्रकार से कट करें कि किसी भी हार्मोनिक की ऑर्डिनरी बीम की वेलोसिटी किसी दूसरे हार्मोनिक के एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी बीम की वेलोसिटी के बराबर जब हो जाएगी, तो ये दोनों हार्मोनिक्स, फर्स्ट एंड सेकेंड हार्मोनिक्स, दोनों एक ही वेलोसिटी से क्या करेंगे? ट्रैवल करेंगे और उनके बीच में कांस्टेंट फेस रिलेशन होगा। और इस अरेंजमेंट को हम क्या कहते हैं? फेस मैचिंग। In general, crystals which show second harmonic generation are double refracting. It is possible to cut the crystal so that the velocity of the ordinary beam of one harmonic is equals to the velocity of extraordinary beam for the other harmonic. The first and the second harmonic can then travel at the same velocity and maintain the constant phase relation through the crystal. This arrangement is known as phase matching. Thus, it is clear that for the generation of optical harmonics, phase relation between the fundamental and generated harmonic is very important. Now, suppose let us take a material AB of length L. This diagram shows second harmonic waves propagating through a material of length L. Now, take a slab of thickness dz at the distance z from one end, that is A, of the material, and a plane wave at frequency omega is incident on this slab. Then this slab produce radiation of fundamental frequency omega and the radiation of second harmonic frequency, that is 2 omega. Both are generated at the outer surface of this slab. Here K1 and K2, these are propagation wave number of first and second harmonic. Okay, now first of all we calculate the second harmonic radiation which is produced inside this slab. Now this depends upon two factors: first, the width of this slab, and second, the second harmonic dipole moment per unit volume, means second order polarization vector, which is induced at the frequency 2 omega, therefore written like P2Z. Now DE2Z, this is the amount of second harmonic radiation which is produced inside the or within the slab. It depends upon these two terms, thickness of the slab and the second order polarization at a distance Z. So we will get equation number 1. But we know that P2Z is directly proportional to E square. Now if electric field is given by this expression, E equals to e to the power I K1Z minus omega t, then P2Z becomes, by squaring the value of E, we will get equation number 2. Now on substituting equation number 2 in equation number 1, we will get equation number 3. The second harmonic radiation produced by this slab of thickness dz at the outer surface of the material AB, means we have to find out the second harmonic radiation which is produced at the end of the material AB, means at a distance z equals to L. So this can be written as DE2L. पहले क्या लिखा था? DE2Z, क्योंकि ये सेकेंड हार्मोनिक रेडिएशन कहाँ पे प्रोड्यूस हुआ था? At a distance z from one end of the material. Okay. Now DE2L is directly proportional to the second harmonic radiation, amount of second harmonic radiation which is produced within the slab, and e to the power I k to L minus z, where L minus z is the distance of the slab from the other end of the material. Okay. Now by substituting value of DE2Z from equation number 3, we will get equation number 5. And by integrating equation number 5, we will get intensity of electric field which is produced by the second harmonics at the exist surface of the material AB. This is obtained by integrating this expression within the limit of z from 0 to L. Z dependent term are taken inside this integral sign, and by integrating we get this expression. Okay, and by putting the limits we get this expression. E to L equals to e to the power I k to L minus 2 omega t. Inside the bracket we have e to the power I 2 k1 minus k2L minus 1 upon I 2 k1 minus k2. On simplification and some manipulation we get equation number 6. E to L is directly proportional to sine 2 k1 minus k2 upon 2 into L upon 2 k1 minus k2 upon 2. Now it is clear from equation number 6 that field of second harmonic generation will be maximum when this angle is equal to pi by 2. That is 2 k1 minus k2L by 2 equals to pi by 2. By this expression we will find the expression for L, with L equals to pi upon 2 k1 minus k2. Here k1 and k2 are propagation wave number of fundamental and second harmonic radiation. We know the relation between propagation wave number and the refractive index. K equals to 2 pi eta upon lambda. By using this relation we can write k1 equals to 2 pi eta omega upon lambda. Here we write eta omega, means this is the refractive index for the radiation of fundamental frequency, and this is the propagation wave number of fundamental radiation. Okay, and K2 for K2 we can write K2 equals to 2 pi eta 2 omega upon lambda upon 2. Now the question is why we write lambda by 2 instead of lambda. Now the answer is since frequency and wavelength are inversely are related inversely, means by doubling the frequency the wavelength becomes half. So here we write lambda by 2 instead of lambda, where eta omega and eta 2 omega are refractive indices at the frequency omega and 2 omega, and by solving we get equation number 7. L equals to lambda upon 4 eta nu minus eta 2 omega, and L is called coherence length for second harmonic radiation. Now the intensity of radiation at the exit surface of the material AB of length L is obtained by squaring the expression of electric field. So I is directly proportional to square of the expression of electric field at the exit surface of the material AB, and from equation number 6 we will get this equation. Now it is clear from this equation that intensity is sharply peaked about 2 k1 minus k2 upon 2 into L equals to 0, and this is possible only when 2 k1 minus k2 equals to 0 or 2 k1 equals to k2, given by equation number 8. This condition is called phase matching criterion. Now by putting the value of k1 and k2 and solving we get equation number 9. Eta omega equals to eta 2 omega. Thus phase matching criterion, which is given by equation number 8, becomes refractive index criterion, which is given by equation number 9. Now it is difficult to fulfill this requirement, equation number 9, because most of the material shows some sort of dispersion in the refractive index. Now student, we have seen that phase matching criteria, that is 2 k1 equals to k2, is converted into refractive index criteria eta omega equals to eta 2 omega. But due to dispersion of refractive index, the problem was created, and this problem was solved by using anisotropic crystal, in which the refractive index depends on the direction of propagation of light. Birefringent materials has different refractive indices for the different polarization of light. This property occurs generally in the crystal of low symmetry. A light wave entering an anisotropic crystal splits into two waves which are traveling at different velocities. But in the case of a uniaxial crystal, refractive index of one crystal axis is different from other two crystal axes, given by eta I is not equal to eta j equals to eta k. Means there is three crystal axes along I, j and k, and the refractive index along any one crystal axis is different from other, means it is not equal to eta j and eta k. So this unique axis is called extraordinary axis, and which is referred as the optic axis. Now light travel with higher phase velocity through an axis that has smallest refractive index and called fast axis, and an axis which has highest refractive index is called slow axis. स्टूडेंट मैंने पहले भी बताया था कि जो जब बाय रिफ्रिजरेंट मटेरियल में से जब लाइट पास होती है तो वो दो पार्ट में स्प्लिट अप होती है, और एक पार्ट को हम क्या कहते हैं ऑर्डिनरी, एंड दूसरे को क्या कहते हैं एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी. उनकी वेलोसिटी क्या होती है c अपॉन ईटा, ईटा 0 और c अपॉन ईटा e. ओके, तो फास्ट जो एक्सिस होगा वो कैसे होगा, मतलब जो एक्सिस फास्ट एक्सिस कैसे हम लोग उसको अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे. नाउ द एक्सप्रेशन इज c अपॉन ईटा, मतलब ईटा जब कम होगा, मतलब रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स जिस एक्सिस के अलोंग कम होगा उस एक्सिस के अलोंग जो लाइट होगी वो फास्ट मूव होगी. तो ऐसे एक्सिस को हम क्या कहेंगे फास्ट एक्सिस, एंड एन एक्सिस विच हैज हाईएस्ट रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स इज कॉल्ड स्लो एक्सिस. ओके, इन यूनिएक्सल क्रिस्टल ray corresponding to the wave whose refractive index is independent of the direction of propagation is called ordinary ray. Here we can differentiate ordinary ray and extraordinary ray. In ordinary ray, refractive index independent of direction of propagation of light. But in the case of extraordinary ray, it depends upon the refractive index depends upon the direction of propagation. In the case of extraordinary ray, the behavior of refractive index is usually described in terms of refractive index surface or indicatrix or index ellipsoid. Case of ordinary ray, refractive index surface or indicatrix is sphere. Why indicatrix is sphere? But because in the case of ordinary ray, the refractive index is independent of direction of propagation, means it is same in all possible direction. Now, but for extraordinary ray, indicatrix is an ellipsoid, okay, which is clear from this figure. Now we have to choose a material in which refractive index for extraordinary ray at frequency 2 omega is equals to that of ordinary ray at frequency omega. That is eta 2 omega equals to eta omega. This is phase matching criterion. Second harmonic is possible only in limited number of crystals. Now, if we consider negative uniaxial crystal, what is negative uniaxial crystal? The crystal in which refractive index of extraordinary ray is less than the refractive index of ordinary ray. Now, example of negative uniaxial crystals are calcite, CaCO3, ruby Al2O3, etc. In this crystal, optics axis, that is extraordinary axis, is fast because the refractive index for extraordinary ray is less than the refractive index of ordinary ray. Now, this is the sphere refractive index surface for ordinary ray of frequency omega, which is denoted by solid curve. Solid curve surface corresponds to frequency omega, and हमने देखा था कि ऑर्डिनरी रे के लिए रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स सरफेस कैसा होता है, स्फेयर होता है. ओके, now this is an ellipsoid which is the refractive index for extraordinary ray of frequency 2 omega, which is given by this dotted curve. The dotted curve indicates surface correspond to frequency 2 omega. These two curves, solid curve and dotted curves, intersect at these 4 points. Okay, so AOA is the direction along which the two waves, ordinary wave of frequency omega and extraordinary wave of frequency 2 omega, are phase matched. Okay, यहाँ पे OX आपका क्या है, optic axis which is moving fast, okay, और extraordinary axis. So the refractive index surface of ordinary and extraordinary wave intersect at A dash. Thus, wave moving along the direction OA eta 0 omega equals to eta E2 omega, that is the refractive index of ordinary wave, correspond to fundamental frequency is equals to refractive index of extraordinary ray correspond to second harmonic frequency, that is 2 omega. Incident wave and second harmonic wave propagating along the direction OA are phase matched.